try to. Now everybody here knows what a quality whitetail hunt is. I'm sure everybody here knows that. We're going to try to put on. We're going to try to put on a quality rabbit hunt, and that means we're not going to shoot every rabbit we see. Just like in quality whitetail hunting, you don't shoot all the deer you see. And the reason we don't shoot all the deer we see, all the rabbits we see, is because the dogs are the main stars of this hunt. And we try to provide a quality experience for the dogs, and we try to reinforce their training. So if you see a rabbit and the dogs have not jumped a rabbit, you don't shoot. Now, if you see a rabbit and the dogs are already running a rabbit, you shoot any rabbit you see. It could easily be the rabbit they're running, and if it's not, it doesn't matter because they got a rabbit. Now, another thing is when you kill a rabbit, and that means you go over there right to where it is dead and stand right exactly there, because the dogs are going to be following the trail, and that doesn't mean they're going to be 10 feet off, or they're going to be right at that spot. So you got to be right there with the rabbit, so they are gratified, you might say, and show them the rabbit. Tell them dead rabbit, and tell everybody dead rabbit when you kill one, so everybody knows that it's dead. Dead rabbit, here he is, dead rabbit, dead rabbit, here dead rabbit. Now if before the dogs have jumped a rabbit, you see a rabbit, you tell the handler, which is either Matthew or Johnny, or very unlikely me. I don't get off in the briars too far anymore. But so you holler tally ho if you want to be formal, or you just say got a rabbit, got a rabbit, got a rabbit, and then get that message to the handler either by walkie-talkie or just yelling. And then the handler will bring the dogs over there and put them on that rabbit. And like I say, once we got one going, dogs are giving full cry.
And then we can shoot at the rabbit.
Do what?
And then we can shoot at the rabbit, right?
Yeah. Once the dogs are running a rabbit, shoot at him. Shoot at any rabbit you see once they're running it. And we hope everybody gets some shots. We can't guarantee whether you'll hit it or not, but we're going to try to give you some shots. Depends on whether Brian's picked a good spot here or not. I don't know about that. Let's see, what else?
Don't shoot on the jump.
Don't shoot on the jump. I mean, in
What
other
does
words,
that
if
mean?
you jump one, don't shoot, or even if the dogs just jumped it, give them a minute.
Okay. Get
started good.
Yeah, you want all the dogs to get on the rabbit.
Yeah,
Okay.
all the dogs on the rabbit.
Because, I mean, they may be scattered, and you may, if you out there, you
Let them get in the line.
You may shoot right at a dog, coming to the rabbit, and you got it right on the jump.
Johnny brought up something that I always tell him, but I don't think I've told it to everybody here. And that is, if you remember Bear Bryant, legendary coach of Alabama.
We're Georgia fans here, so we probably don't know him.
Well, anyhow, Bear Bryant is reputed to have said that better that you died as a young child than to shoot one of my dogs. And then, of course, you don't want to shoot anybody else, too.
Yeah, number one, don't shoot anybody. Number two, don't shoot a dog.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on how you look at it.
Depends on the person, right?
And the dog.
And the dog, yeah. Some dogs are better than other dogs.
Yeah.
Some dogs are better than some humans, right?
Well, Brian or any of the handlers got something they want to say? Oh yeah, I know. You're looking at me, and I can tell you what you think.
Let it out.
When you know, if you choose to get in the woods and try to help jump a rabbit, that's fine, that's good. But try to stay back behind the dogs and the dog handlers. Spread out the line kind of a little bit behind them. And that's great if you can jump a rabbit. That'll help, and then we'll get the hunt started.
Any strategy on picking a spot where you expect the rabbit?
Yeah, think like a rabbit.
Yeah,
Think
you
like
gotta
a
think
rabbit.
like a rabbit. The dogs will the rabbit will tend to circle. And tend. It might be something different. But you can kind of assume that he's good chance he's gonna come back. And of course, the hottest spot to be on is where you jumped him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Where he started out.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to be aware of who's around you.
Yeah, keep track of who's around just so you don't shoot them.
Oh, it works a little better if not everybody talks to the dogs.
Yeah,
It's a
don't
pretty
let's
common
not have
thing.
anybody but the handlers talking to the dogs.
They'll split, and then you got dogs in different areas, and so
Yeah.
it does work a little better.
Congratulations, you finally got him.
We got him.
All
The
right.
second time we saw him. Shemp gave him a pass on the first one.
All right. Congratulations.
For that trail.
What happened, Andy?
We saw him the first time about 30 minutes ago. He slipped by. Shep had the gun, and he just didn't get a clean shot on him. But he was within 10 yards of us.
And I heard, how many shots did I hear? That
I
rabbit.
think that was a 4-shot rabbit.
Yeah, that's a
wasn't
4-shot rabbit.
That was $3 on my part.
Was it 3?
it? That's some caviar rabbit right there.
Wow,
Well,
look at that.
Thick habitat. That's
They were right on his heels, though. You know, they had wore him down. I don't know how long that was.
I timed it. He
That was a
started
good
at
hunt.
Yeah.
11,
I
I
would
mean,
have shot him
24.
if I could
What's
see
all
him,
of
but
that?
I couldn't see him.
I was
full hour run, 4 shots over an hour. This rabbit had some legs. We were taking bets back there at the truck of whether the hunters were going to tire out first, the dogs or the rabbit. It was kind of a running bet. We were giving odds on the rabbit winning though.
Yep.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Larry, how'd you get into rabbit hunting?
Well, you know, that was a long time ago. Well, I used to be a fox hunter. I had fox dogs, and we'd sit around the campfire and listen to them run. And then development and all came in where there just wasn't any place to turn loose in the wild and run a fox. So I switched over to rabbit dogs, and I guess that was about 40 years ago.
What have you seen change with rabbit hunting over those 40 years?
Well, there's there's less and less place to hunt. I don't know if there's less rabbit hunters than there used to be a long time ago. I mean, when I first got into the wildlife business as a student going into wildlife management, the #1 game animal in the country was rabbit. There was more shells expended on rabbits than any other thing, and that includes everything, doves and everything. But that certainly changed. And of course, deer's become the sort of the #1 game animal now. But there's been changes, mostly development's the problem. But rabbits are still something you can hunt now. And the management areas we've got a lot of management areas that have some, decent rabbit hunting, and it's still something you can do sort of like the old days.
Tell me about your dogs. How many do you have? What do you look for in a good beagle dog?
Well, I've got 14, but with me today I've got 7. I usually run about 6 or 7 in a pack. Well, every rabbit hunter is different. So what they want out of a dog. It's kind of like having your own band or orchestra. You try to put it together the way it suits you. Some of these dogs I've got out today, they go all the way back to dogs I had 40 years ago. Been keeping the line going, and but at the same time, you constantly have to bring in new blood to keep from inbreeding and that sort of thing. And one of the most important things is not to run deer.
How do you break them on running deer?
Well, you start off with the breeding. If you breed the trash runners, you're more likely to get trash runners, and I found that out a long time ago. So you start off first by not breeding two dogs that like to run deer.
Mm-hmm.
But then, of course, nowadays they make it easy because they've got these training collars. It didn't used to be the case, but that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's much easier now.
Mm-hmm. What do you look for in a good rabbit spot? What do you like to put out? What's your preferred habitat types?
Well, in this part of the country, young pine stands, pine plantations with a lot of briars, blackberry briars. You look for some stage of that, and kind of like what we're hunting now. But you know, the little trees can get bigger, and sometimes the rabbits will stay there if there's briars underneath for a long time.
You know, comments you made earlier, you know, a rabbit hunt is really about the dogs. The dogs are the star of the show. You know, that's what I think enamors so many people to rabbit hunting. But they got to take a lot of work to be good. Like any athlete, any team of athletes, you got to work them.
That's right.
Uh-huh. And what's the good lifespan of a good beagle dog? How many years can you get out of one?
Well, it varies between the dogs. Some of them sort of wear out early. Hey, we just got a shot. Some of them wear out early, but 10 years old is pretty much it. However, I've got an 11-year-old dog out there that's doing very well right now.
Good to see you. Yeah. Good to meet you, buddy. Congratulations. Good to meet you.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, good hunting with you.
All right.